Oh, YouTube. I just thought I'd make a little video here and just ask, do you know what you're going to do when it hits the fan? Because it is going to hit the fan. I mean, word is that Biden is going to submit proposals tomorrow on gun control. And seems to be a lot of people are not going to go for anything like that. Based on the history of all the countries that have done that in the past, I think the writing's on the wall that they're working on tightening the noose to the point it's just beyond unacceptable. And most people, I think, would rather die trying to preserve their liberty and their freedom than just roll over and become total captives. So, again, my question is, do you know what you're going to do if it hits the fan? Do you have a bug out plan? Do you have any food stored up, any water, any extra fuel? Do you know where you would go? Do you have friends in another location? I mean, these are things that are good just because some of us live in, earthquake country, as an example, Southern California, where I'm from. But with financial collapse looming, I mean, you can't turn on the news without hearing it every single day. I think the writing on the wall is just a matter of time. So I just want to know if you know what you're going to do. Because if you don't, I think it's time. There's some really good books that have been written on it. Holly Deo, Dared to Prepare, they say is one of the best. You can go to standdeo.com and order it there, I believe. And you can even go to the site, if you can't afford it, you can go to the site and print some of the older versions in sections. Pick and choose what you want, and then make yourself a note, a notebook. And, have a file, have some hard copies. There's been a lot of talk about, what happens if we get hit with a CME or a EMP, and we lose all power. And they say it could take years for, the power to come back on, because those transformers take a long time to make, build. And of course, they're made in a foreign country. So, of course, the ships and things like that in the area is not going to work. The autos aren't going to work, So, transportation is going to be an issue. Then there's also another book called 1 Second After. It's a fictional story about what happens if there is an EMP attack. And, just to give you a quick snapshot, basically it's just people going to be eating each other within the first 3 weeks. Eating each other. So, as Grandma used to say, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So, common sense says to prepare a little bit ahead. Know where you're going to go. Have some supplies. Have everything mapped out. And even have a passport. I mean, you might even decide you don't even want to stay in the States. Or if you're in another country, you may decide you don't want to stay in that particular country. The point is there's options. But it's too late most of the time after the fact to start preparing for those options. I mean, I'm sure you've heard that, every time there's a disaster, the grocery stores are cleaned out within hours. So just a little something to think about. Just dig around on that. Go to some of the prepper sites. Learn how to grow something. I mean, even if you live in the city, there's some techniques that you can grow things on your roof and on your patio using PVC pipes. Cut some holes in it, put some dirt in it, grow it on your little patio, 12 by 12 patio. I mean, you've got some options. Don't think that you don't have any options. And I mean, I know most of us are believers, at least people that are members of this site, and that's all good. And but what if our Lord doesn't come back quite as fast as we'd like him to? That means we got to carry on in the process, and he's given us a mind to prepare, and he's put people in our lives to share information with us and maybe warn us. YouTube is a great resource for that kind of stuff. So do some searches and get serious. Think about your loved ones. Think about what you're going to do in the event that it gets really bad. And of course, like I said, always pray, pray, pray. Stay on the right side of the Lord. And try and listen to his spirit. Perhaps he's been telling you something's coming. Has he? If he has, what have you done? Are you listening? Do you know? So if you got some good ideas and you come up with something, leave some comments. Share your comments, your thoughts with other people. Do your part to make a difference, because we're all in this together. Thanks a lot. Appreciate you taking the time to stop by. Talk to you soon.